On May 25th, George Floyd died in Minneapolis, Minnesota, after Derek Chauvin, a former police officer with the Minnesota State Police, knelt on his neck for almost 9 minutes, depriving him of oxygen. Floyd's death has brought increased awareness to the systemic racism that still exists throughout the U.S. and Canada. At Highview, we believe that all forms of racial injustice, including white supremacy, stand in direct opposition to the gospel and to the teachings of Jesus. Our prayers are with the families who have lost loved ones or otherwise suffered the devastating consequences of the sin of racism. I'll end with this prayer from the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., which he gave in a radio address in 1953. O thou eternal God, out of whose absolute power and infinite intelligence the whole universe has come into being, we humbly confess that we have not loved thee with our hearts, souls, and minds, and we have not loved our neighbors as Christ loved us. We have all too often lived by our own selfish impulses rather than by the life of sacrificial love as revealed by Christ. We give in order to receive. We love our friends and hate our enemies. We go the first mile, but dare not travel the second. We forgive, but dare not forget. And so, as we look within ourselves, we are confronted with the appalling fact that the history of our lives is the history of an eternal revolt against thee. But thou, O God, have mercy upon us. Forgive us for what we could have been but failed to be. Give us the intelligence to know thy will. Give us the courage to do thy will. Give us the devotion to love thy will. In the name and spirit of Jesus we pray. Amen.